So I've been a full-time content creator now for 5 years, and I've been doing content for over a decade. So having the right desk setup to me is super important. I mean, if you're gonna be working from home every single day, you might as well be doing it in a little style. So with that, I wanted to create a desk that would give me enough room to throw everything that I wanted on it. First and foremost, let's get into the desk build in itself. This is the Carl B Butcher Block Walnut Countertop Island from Ikea on top of the Alex drawers. I wanted a desk with a little bit more depth to utilize a lot of that space that I was talking about earlier in the video, and then wanted some solid organization for the drawers so you can't really go wrong with the Alex drawers from Ikea. In the back, I do have 2 support legs to just make sure this thing is balanced. Now, moving on to the desk, this whole entire setup is ran and powered by the M1 Max MacBook Pro. This thing has been an absolute workhorse for all my creative needs over the last couple years, and it's actually super convenient that it's a laptop as well, because while it's on my docking station on the desk, it performs just like a PC would, not hold me back from any of my creative abilities. As for the monitors on the desk, my main workhorse is currently the 32-inch Asus ProArt IPS monitor. This is a 4K Ultra HD display, completely color calibrated from Adobe. The only downside to this monitor is it is 60 Hertz and the MacBook will actually put out 120, so I would love to get that higher refresh rate. But other than that, this thing is literally perfect. And now we have the monitor that everybody's been asking about on my vertical content and my recent setup videos, the monitor that's on the desk, which just so happens to be the sponsor of today's video. This is the 15.6-inch UPerfect S4K portable monitor. I was actually pumped to be collaborating with UPerfect on today's video because I have been looking for a second monitor to help with workflow, and this thing is a perfect addition. It has a 4K Ultra HD touchscreen 100% sRGB display. It also does include a low blue light filter, which is great for your eyes. This thing is compatible for both PC and Mac and is super lightweight, coming in at only 1 kilogram with an ultra slim body of only being 5mm, which is literally perfect for traveling. It even comes with this 90-degree folding stand and dual 2-watt speakers. I've actually legitimately been using this monitor ever since I got it, both in office and when I travel. If any of you are at all interested in testing this monitor out for yourself, I'll be sure to leave an affiliate link in the description of the video that does also help me as a creator. Now, on top of my main monitor, this last year, I finally adapted to a monitor light. While this thing is awesome, it's no longer available on Amazon, so I'll be sure to link something similar to it. But overall, I like the monitor light just because it simply gives me a nice aesthetic, but on top of that too, it really does help out in the early mornings. For the audio on my desk, I'm still using the same thing that I've been using for some time now. I guess if it's not broke, why fix it? But I use a DBX286S microphone preamp, which is ran through a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 Generation 3 audio interface. A great thing about that monitor is it has USB ports and Thunderbolt ports, so I just plug the USB from the audio interface and then the Thunderbolt cable into the MacBook, and it powers everything from the monitor. From the preamp for my microphone, I use a Rode Pod mic, and then for the speakers, I use 2 JBL Professional 305P Mark II studio monitors. I think I've had these monitors for over 5 years now. That's how reliable they are. For the mouse, I'm still rocking the Logitech MX Master 2S, and for the keyboard, I've recently switched to the glorious GMMK Pro. For some reason, I wanted to switch back to a mechanical keyboard for working. I was using the Logitech MX Keys Mini for some time now. I know to some people the cable might be annoying, but I actually love that little coiled USB cable. I have thought about testing out a wireless mechanical keyboard. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to let me know down below. Now, typically, as you'll see from the B-roll here, I usually have some kind of camera, if not both of my cameras, on the desk. But obviously, as I'm recording on one, you're not gonna be able to see both of them. So my 2 camera setups are the Sony FX3 with the 16 to 35mm f2.8, and the Sony A7 Mark IV with the Sony 35mm f1.4. I absolutely love Sony mirrorless cameras, not only as a creative, but also as a content creator. These things are insane. There's just no debate to it. On top of that, on my desk, I usually have my iPhone 14 Pro. It's actually where I'm reading the notes from for today's video. And no, I did not return the Galaxy S23. I actually upgraded to the S23 Plus. So I've been using the Galaxy S23 Plus as my personal phone. So every time I leave the office, this is what goes with me. And then for the desk setup, for the office, or even for run and gun content creation, I like to have the iPhone 14 Pro with me. It's small, compact, works well with my MacBook, MacBook. I can send stuff back and forth super easy. And then the cameras in both these phones are actually insane and come really clutch for a content creator. With me using the iPhone 14 Pro and the MacBook and also having an iPad, I typically like to have my AirPod Pros on the desk as well. There's no debating, these things are actually insane. I've been told that the Google Pixel Buds are very close. I'll have to check them out. But in terms of quality, noise cancellation, traveling, these things are super clutch. So I love to have them here in office for when I'm in calls, or maybe I just want to edit without the studio speakers. And as always, or if you're new here, I have to stay organized with my field notes. I absolutely love these things. I'm also obsessed with hats. I probably have more hats in this house than Jayhawk has shoes in his apartment. So you always have to have those essentials on the desk, which is typically having an extra hat for me, making sure I have some water, a good book to read. That's something that I've really been trying to do a lot of lately. And I've recently been reading the book Yourself by Gary John Bishop. I'll be sure to leave a link in the description. It's a really good book. But yeah, other than that, having an everyday carry knife somewhere on the desk so that way I can do any unboxings when I need. And then I don't know what it is, I just love sprucing it up with a little bit of decor. Nothing crazy, just some stuff from Hobby Lobby. And that is what's on my desk for 2023. For me, it's practical. I use a lot of this stuff every single day, so having it within arm's reach is super important while having the space to have all of it on there so that way I don't feel cluttered. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notifications. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm out. Peace. Deuces.